Chad, PSL God, UltraMasculine. They're all attractive, but also very different from one another. Every woman has her type, and they react to each of these men in unique ways. Who seduces the most? Who has the highest chances of pulling women just by showing up? Today on Male Glow, we're breaking down the 3 archetypes that define peak male attractiveness. Chad, he's the classic. Square jaw, athletic body, dominant posture. When Chad walks into a room, the energy shifts. He knows what he wants and usually gets it. His confidence doesn't need explanation. He attracts both young women and older ones because he embodies the security everyone's looking for. He's the quarterback, the gym guy, the one in the cologne commercials, the kind of face that sticks in your mind. Do you know any Chad? Michelle Maroney. Now we have the ultramasculine. He's not just attractive, he's a force of nature. The ultramasculine has aggressive features and an overwhelming physique. Thick neck, defined muscles, towering height. He carries a raw, almost primal energy. He's the kind of man who looks like he walked out of a Norse myth or a post-apocalyptic series. He may not be the most refined, but his presence is addictive. He tends to attract older women, those looking for stability, safety, and a man with a natural protective instinct. One example, John Bernthal. The PSL God is on another level. He's not just good looking, he's perfect. Symmetrical features, hypnotic eyes, flawless skin, and unreal proportions. His beauty feels almost otherworldly. That's why he's called a PSL God, short for perfection in striking looks. Less than 1% of the male population fits into this category. He doesn't need extreme muscles or a dominant attitude. His face does all the work. He attracts women of all ages, social classes, and cultures. He's a model who looks like a piece of art. Jordan Barrett is a clear example. Let's analyze their physiques. Chad is the classic symbol of dominant male attractiveness. Square jaw, straight eyebrows, strong chin, high cheekbones, and a confident expression. His body is athletic, but not excessive. Broad shoulders, narrow waist, and well-proportioned muscles. He has an athletic build, but he looks nothing like a bodybuilder. It's a natural physique, built through serious training, not exaggeration. Look at Brad Pitt in Troy, an aesthetic body, sculpted and lean, but never excessive. Now, let's move on to the heavy hitters, the ultramasculines. There's no room for subtlety here. Ultramasculine men project raw power. They're big, solid, and dominant. Harsh facial features, dense muscle mass, thick necks, broad foreheads, and a posture that demands respect. They don't smile much. They don't embellish. They're pure testosterone. Their faces aren't usually perfect in the classical sense because perfection isn't the point. Their appeal lies in their physical presence, their toughness, and their aggressive masculine energy. Just look at Brock O'Hearn, the Viking-style model and trainer. His massive frame and warrior look are striking, but clearly not 100% natural. PSL gods, perfect symmetry level, are extremely rare. They have flawless facial harmony, symmetrical eyes, clear skin, ideal proportions, and zero asymmetry. Genetics does all the work. They're not too harsh, not too soft, they're simply perfect, and that perfection gives them power. Of course, keeping that flawless face takes effort, skincare, lip balm, grooming routines. They're the poster boys of looks maxing, a social media phenomenon that promotes techniques like mewing, chewing, and more to optimize facial structure. Sometimes slim, sometimes toned, but rarely bulky. Does it matter? Not really. The body supports the look, because you can't have a perfectly symmetrical face with a body full of fat. But the body doesn't lead. The face is the main event. What would happen if one man from each type walked into the same room? Now that's a reality show we'd all watch. Chances are, Chad and ultramasculine would vibe pretty well. Gym bros respect gym bros. They're both into staying fit, putting in the work, and building a presence, not just relying on good genes, but on grit, style, and consistency. They've earned their glow up, even though the PSL God is the one who gets the most envy. Why? Because muscles can be built, fashion can be learned, but a perfectly symmetrical face and hypnotic eyes, that's just a genetic lottery. So yeah, Chad and Ultra might be throwing each other high fives while side-eyeing the PSL God who's just standing there looking effortlessly flawless and not even trying. And if things got tense, the ultra-masculine would have the upper hand. He dominates through brute strength. He's the kind of man who makes others step aside without saying a word. His body isn't built for aesthetics, it's built to intimidate. Think of Dwayne Johnson stepping out of the gym. Chad stands out for one reason: balance. He's got the body, yes, strong, athletic, effortlessly fit, but he also carries status and style. He doesn't just enter a room, he shifts the vibe. Confident, but not cocky. Polished, but still approachable. Think Zac Efron in his Baywatch era, built like a lifeguard, dressed like a celebrity, and charming like your favorite crush. He turns heads without trying to dominate. That's the Chad effect. The PSL God? He gets admiration from all sides. Women swoon, brands call, and algorithms worship his face. But not everyone claps. Some guys throw shade, calling him too pretty, too feminine, or saying he spends more time on skincare than at the gym. Truth is, his beauty triggers envy. It's not just that he looks good, it's that he makes it look effortless. But let's get to what really matters for many. Who actually attracts women the most? Not all good-looking guys spark the same kind of desire. Some light a fire of pure passion. Others give off husband material vibes, and a rare few trigger full-on obsession. Chad is the ultimate combo of masculinity, youth, and polished looks. But it's not just about the face or the abs. He radiates ideal boyfriend energy. Think Noah Beck on TikTok, or a young Paul Walker in his Fast Furious prime. He's attractive, sure, but also approachable, confident, not cocky, hot, but still gives you butterflies instead of a nervous breakdown. Basically, he's the guy who makes you want to introduce him to your friends and text him at 2 a.m. Look, for example, at this Chad. He is flirting. She looks away. The ultra-masculine, on the other hand, isn't about candlelit romance. He's pure, raw desire. He's the guy women over 30 gravitate toward when they're done with games and want stability with a side of dominance. Think protector energy, the kind that makes you feel safe in a thunderstorm or during a zombie apocalypse. Visually, picture Joe Manganiello's rugged charm or Dave Bautista's sheer presence. These guys don't just walk into a room, they own it. They're hot, yes, but in a way that says, I could build you a cabin and fight a bear outside it. And then we have the PSL God, the guy who doesn't just turn head, he stops time. He's not just attractive, he's mesmerizing. Women of all ages, backgrounds, and vibes fall for him like it's a gravitational law. Think Lucky Blue Smith, Francisco Lachowski, David Gandy, dudes so genetically blessed, they look like they were designed by a team of angels with Photoshop degrees. We're talking top 1% of human beauty, no contest. They also get special treatment everywhere. Even when they slip up, forgiveness comes easy. Take Jeremy Meeks, arrested, but his viral mugshot launched a modeling career. Jordan Barrett parties hard but still lands top fashion gigs. And Sean Ross? He breaks all the rules with albinism and still redefines high fashion beauty. PSL gods just get a pass, and it shows. However, age definitely plays a huge role in attraction, and women's tastes, they evolve like Pokemon. From 13 to 20, most girls fall for the classic Chad, the high school heartthrob, the cute basketball player with that easygoing charm, the one from the movies. He's got that school crush energy, approachable, fun, and just the right amount of confidence. Between 21 and 30, things start to shift. Looks and social status begin to matter a lot more, so attention splits between Chads and the almost mythical PSL gods. This is the era of glow-ups, dating apps, and he has a nice jawline and a job. After 30, many women lean into the allure of ultra-masculine, a man who radiates security, strength, and I can handle anything energy. But wait, it's not just about age. Personality plays its part too. Sweet, soft-hearted women, they're drawn to Chads with their laid-back, let's cuddle and watch Netflix vibes. Bold, dominant types, they crave the ultra-masculine, because who doesn't love a challenge? And the ambitious, high-standard queens? They set their sights on the PSL gods, even if it means entering the Hunger Games for his attention. If we're going purely by body type, the pattern's pretty clear. PSL gods are usually the lean, modelesque types. Ultra-masculines bring the heavy artillery, big, bold, built. And then there's the guy right in the middle. Balanced, athletic, and easy on the eyes. And according to tons of real feedback from women, that middle ground guy, yeah, he's the woman's favorite. It's pretty clear, she's into that classic Chad bod. Not too skinny, not overly jacked, just the perfect middle ground. The kind of build that says, I hit the gym, but I'll still split a pizza with you. Overall, most women aren't that into huge muscles or bodybuilder size.
¿Cuál de estos dos físicos te parece más atractivo? ¿El A o el B?
El A.
Unless she's super into fitness herself. In that case, she's probably going straight for Mr. UltraMasculine, no questions asked. Gym recognizes gym. That's when we're talking face-to-face. But what about the wild world of dating apps and video chats like Omegle? Who's winning there? According to studies from platforms like OkCupid, Hinge, and Tinder, the real MVPs are the PSL gods, guys with super symmetrical faces, light eyes, and that high-tier model vibe. They rack up the most likes, matches, and messages. Some women even break the guy's message first rule just to slide into their DMs. Yep, that's powerful. On apps, all people see is your face. Also, each one levels up in their own very different way. Chad isn't born, he's made. He usually starts out as a pretty boy. Soft features, clean cut, maybe your high school crush who had great skin and a shy smile. But with time, boom, the glow up hits. He lifts weights, gets a more masculine haircut, picks up some social confidence, and suddenly he's that guy. Think Zac Efron, from Disney poster boy to jawline, sharpened, beach-ready heartthrob, or Justin Bieber, from baby to tattooed, brooding pop prince. Chad is aspirational. He's the most attainable archetype. If you've got a decent face and the will to put in the reps at the gym and in life, you can become him. No wonder TikTok and IG are packed with Chad in progress content. The UltraMasculine evolves once and stays in top condition. He's like a walking slab of testosterone. He doesn't change much over time because he doesn't need to. He's been giving protector energy since day one. He's not trendy, he's timeless. Beard or no beard, hoodie or leather jacket, he's just solid. On the street, no one messes with him. In the gym, he is the gym. PSL God evolution? Nah, he was born at the top. The PSL God doesn't need a glow up. He is the glow. He might not even train that hard, but his bone structure, angelic eyes, and wait, are you famous? Face does all the heavy lifting. He dominates runways, goes viral on social media without trying, and makes people do double takes in grocery stores. He's effortlessly elite. His mere existence bends the algorithm in his favor. And now we've reached the final question. Which of these three is the real aspirational archetype and the one women truly prefer? Spoiler, there's no one-size-fits-all answer because each has their own power move. If we're talking pure facial beauty, the crown goes to the PSL God. His genetics do what no gym membership or barber can. His face alone opens doors, turns heads, and sparks instant attraction. He doesn't need to speak, just exist. When it comes to physical presence, the UltraMasculine reigns. He walks in and the whole vibe shifts. He's not here to charm, he's here to dominate. For women seeking strength and protection, he's the one. But then there's the Chad, the adaptable king. His appeal evolves. He can be the boyfriend, the friend, the fling, desirable yet relatable. He's the one you'd proudly bring home to mom. So now that you know who's who in the battle of the handsome, which one are you? Which one do you want to be? Drop it in the comments. If you want more content like this, hit that subscribe button, turn on the glow up bell, and let your algorithm level up right along with you.